Oh man, workout always feel like a burden before I start, but it feels so good when I'm done. Okay, so some people asked, how do I get fit? The truth is, I am lazy. I've never been to a gym and I don't have time. I have 9 tiny businesses to run, and so I built a little system for myself that requires the minimum input for the maximum output. So here are the 8 fitness rules that transform my body, and my workout routine is at the end. So rule number 1, I always get a really good night of sleep. There is a part of the brain that is responsible for self-discipline and decision-making, and that part regenerates during the night. I think it's called the prefrontal cortex, like some Andrew Huberman thing, but I can tell that if I have 6 hours of sleep, I'm gonna wake up and everything will feel hard. I'll know I have to work out, but I'll struggle to find the motivation, and it's gonna be so easy for me to just ditch that workout session. But on the other side, if I sleep 8 hours, my motivation, my self-willpower is much stronger, and then I never ditch the workout. And of course, there is this like deep sleep thing where you have all the muscle recovering happening during the night. So always try to get 8 hours of sleep. This is super important. A good place to get started is to always go to bed at the same time. My bedtime is 9 p.m. and I never change that. Try to sleep in a room that is a little bit cold. Have a little wind down routine where you don't look at your phone or you don't think about work before going to bed. And avoid having heavy meals before going to bed. Now, the rule number 2 is to always work out in the morning. The reason is because there is like the dopamine system that makes us do things in order to get the reward. But now with like social media and sugary food and stuff like that, we can easily get dopamine for like the really minimal amount of effort. And so that workout feels like it's really hard. It's a really hard thing to do. But the good thing is that when you work out in the morning, your brain is like pure, because during the night, the brain restores the dopamine level to like a baseline. It's much easier to find motivation early in the morning. And whenever I tell myself I'm gonna work out somewhere in the evening because I don't have time right now, I always end up not doing it. Rule number 3 is to work out every single day. I know it seems hard, but the truth is you don't need to go to the gym and spend 2 hours. What you wanna do is you wanna start extremely small. You can start with 10 push-ups per day. You want to do it every single day, early in the morning, until you start building an identity of a person who works out every single day. There's a really good book about that, which is Atomic Habits, and this is how you forge a new personality. And now, because I built this like habit of working out every day, it is impossible for me to not work out. I wouldn't say I like workout, but I am addicted. Like, this is my new personality, and if I don't work out, I feel bad, which then pushes me to do the workout no matter what. And so what I started doing is, at first I made the workout very small, like super tiny, so I couldn't say no because it was like 10 minutes. And then I started to add a little bit more workout every day when it became too easy, more push-up, more chin-up, more abs, etc. Rule number 4 is to know exactly what you want to get. I don't care having a bulky physique. I don't care having like massive biceps. I'm not Alex Hormozy. This is something I do not care about. I know exactly what I want. I want to be lean. I want to be fit. I want to be able to jump. I want to be super flexible, stretchy. This is exactly what I want. And that is much easier than having a massive body with massive muscles. I have picked a goal that I can achieve relatively easily so that I am always satisfied. Now, the mistake number 5 is that to push extra hard, and I see lots of people making that mistake. For me, I work out a very minimal amount of time, 30 to 40 minutes per day. But when I am in these workouts, I become a beast. Like, there's nothing else that matters outside. There's no phone, there is no distraction. I am 100% into the workout. And what I try to do is I always try to have an extra rep. I try to beat the teacher. That's my new game. I try to go faster than them. Like, I am 100% committed into the workout, so that in the minimum amount of time I invest for that workout, I'll get the maximum output. Rule number 6 is to find a workout that feels like a play to you. I have been struggling with motivation my whole life. It started with school because my teachers were boring. Then I struggled to find pleasure in the workouts still. But the cure to that is to play. And workout is not my playground. Surfing is. So whenever I can, I live in Bali, I will go for a surf session and ditch the workouts. Because I do something that I like, it is so easy to find the motivation to get started. It is so easy to push that extra rep because it feels like a play. Try to find something you like. That could be running, that could be climbing. There are many other activities that you can do rather than just doing workout at home. Rule number 7 is to move more often. I used to think that walking and things like low intensity workouts that doesn't make me sweat are useless. I started to kind of understand how the body works, like how the food is processed and how it's used to consume energy. And just simply walking consumes lots of energy. It will basically drain the glucose out of the blood, use it as energy, and then it will consume the fat in order to find more energy. And so just walking will make you leaner. They say that everywhere that 10,000 steps per day is making you healthy. I refused to believe it for so long, and now I changed my mind. So every time after a meal, I would go on the treadmill at home and I would spend 10 to 15 minutes walking fast, making at least 1 kilometer so that I cross my 10K steps. Because the problem with my work is that I am working on my computer most of the day. And actually, maybe I should make more YouTube videos because at least I got to stand a little bit. Rule number 8 and the final one is eating the right food. It's crazy how much it impacts the body shape. The first one, the most obvious one, is that when you eat protein, you grow muscles. So for that, I eat pea protein in addition to what I eat on a daily basis to make sure I have enough protein. And I try to eat at least 1.5 times my weight in protein. So I have around 120 grams of protein per day. And the second most important effect on the body is that it burns fat. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but roughly what I understand is that first the body, when it needs energy, it will use the glucose and then it will burn the fat out of the body. So technically, if you don't overeat, you should lower your body fat. What I eat on a daily basis could be an entire video, but it's roughly this. I eat mostly vegetables, like I eat tons of vegetables. Recently, I tried an experiment where I cut down completely carb-rich foods, so bread, pizza, pasta, grains, and stuff like that. And that had a dramatic impact on my cravings. I used to be hungry all the time across the day, and since I removed that and now I eat really, really low carbs, I don't have cravings anymore. I'm not even hungry. I eat 2 meals per day and I just feel lighter, not wanting to eat. And of course, that impacts my body and I'm lowering my body fat. And on top of that, I don't eat any sugar whatsoever and I don't drink alcohol. I eat a few supplements, so I have this collagen peptide. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. This is just literally my collagen peptide. I eat around 10 grams per day, I think. I feel like it feels good for the ligaments. I have way less pain than I used to. I don't have any pain anymore. This really changed my life. The supplements from Brian Johnson, the Blueprint stack. As I said, I also eat a little extra protein from pea protein powder, and creatine around 4 to 5 grams per day, which same could be an entire video by itself. Also changed my life, make my brain feel like better, sharper, and feels like the muscle recovery is way faster. Okay, now this is my workout routine. I have a base that is around 10 minutes that I do every single day, no matter what. That includes 20 pull-up and chin-ups, 20 each. 80 push-ups. I do 40 push-ups in a weird position and 40 push-ups in another weird position. I always try to rotate what kind of push-ups I do. I do 125 Russian sit-ups, and if possible, I will use a dumbbell, like a 10-kilo dumbbell on top of that. And I finish with a 5-minute plank. I put on a music that is around 5 minutes and I try to hold as much as I can. The numbers are weird, like 20, 25, 85, whatever. It's because, as I said before, I am building tiny habits, and whenever I reach a level where I'm comfortable, I try to add an extra rep, an extra rep, an extra rep until I get comfortable. And of course, when I started, it was much lower than that. I couldn't even do 5 pull-up chin-up. And on top of that, I have 2 alternatives. If the waves are good in Bali, I'll go surf right away. But if the waves are crap, like they are at the moment and for the past 2 weeks, I would just do a workout at home. There are 2 types of workout I do mostly. It's either calisthenic, 30 to 40 minutes of like pure body weight, slow movements, very hard on the muscle but slow movements, or I'm gonna do high intensity interval training for like 30 minutes where I'll push the cardio to the next level. And I try to rotate a calisthenic, a hit, a calisthenic, and a hit. And just recently, my wife bought some dumbbells and I started dumbbell workouts, like 10 kilogram workouts. I found all my routines on YouTube. I watch Caroline Girvan, a famous YouTuber's videos, and I just follow along and I try to beat her. And final part, I don't think this one really impacts my body shape, but it makes me feel good. I do 15 minutes of stretching before going to bed. There is a huge part on fitness, which is about genetics. We all have different metabolisms. So those are my results, but my wife started to follow the same routine. Actually, I followed my wife's routine more than that. She's Asian and she's a female, so completely different genetics. And the results she's had are crazy. I'm super proud of her. When we met 7 years ago, we both had neglected fitness for a little while. And in the past year or so, we've taken health to the next level. And the results she's had are absolutely crazy. When I look at her back, she looks like she has like those, almost you could climb on top of it. All because we are following these rules that I just mentioned in the video. And then I think I made this entire video in one shot. Right after a workout, I didn't eat any single food this morning and it's almost 11 a.m. So now it's time for the breakfast and the protein shake. Do that workout today.